A teacher, model, influencer, and style icon.
Plus size modeling, whenever the opportunity arrives, I jump at it.
She's starting conversations that merit attention.
People need to see this side of you. People need to see the kind of girl you are. You are so confident even when nobody's watching you.
NewsX influencer A-list proudly recognizes Neelakshi Singh for influence in body positivity and fashion.
Hello and welcome. You're joining us on NewsX Influencer A-List. I'm Parati Bhanot, and with us today we have Neelakshi Singh. Now, Neelakshi is a social media influencer. She's a model. She's walked the ramp for multiple big brands like Lakme, but she's also an associate professor at Pearl Academy. So, Neelakshi, thank you so much for joining us on Influencer A-List. And firstly, tell us, you have so many hats, that you're wearing. How are you toggling between all of this?
Thank you, Paridi, for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talking about this. I think one of the biggest things for me is, how everybody goes on to say that fashion is your passion. It truly, and I would hate on people when they give their answers now as a student, who would come to me. But truly, if you live and breathe it, I think you can. For me, academics was definitely not something that came in naturally. It happened while we were working at Fashion Weeks, and it just chanced upon. And I thought it would be like a leap to something else, but it never was. I stuck around. It's been a while here, and it's been so interesting that I love being an educator. But blogging is something that I started back in college, and I absolutely enjoy every minute of it. It gives me all the love. It gets me to connect it all to my audience. And yeah, I mean, I'm living for the validation, honestly, because here it's given me a platform that I don't think I would have achieved in real life. So I absolutely adore both the sides of what I do. And obviously plus size modeling, whenever the opportunity arrives, I jump at it. So if you're watching this, higher.
Okay, definitely. And we can tell from watching all your videos that you're doing some brilliant work out there. So tell me something, Neelakshi, very interestingly, you mentioned that, in real life, you probably would not be able to do what you're doing on social media. Tell me a little bit about your journey, because very fascinating that you say that.
Honestly, I have been a child. I think my story is not very different from a lot of other people that have been through bad journeys. And I hope, and I know that a lot of us can relate to it, whether be it women and men, and the people that share their stories with me. So one of the things that I started with childhood was a lot of bullying in school, and I would just aim to be this mediocre, not come into everybody's eyes. And I thought my mom and dad thought I was brilliant, but I would just want to not be one of those person that would raise their hands to answer the question even if they wanted to. So I would just want to be in the background, merge me in the background, don't ask me anything, and I would be happy. Like that would be me. Definitely not something that people can say that I was an extrovert or good at making friends. I had my own bubble, and I was very happy with my books in it. Come to be of it, I also, because of the whole lot of bullying and everything, it's really difficult for me to talk about it, but I did go through a eating disorder for the longest time. It was for a very long period, for a couple of years, that I don't want to really touch upon a lot. But it's difficult. It's something that I had to deal with, my family had to deal with, but we took the right steps. It took a lot of time to identify it. I don't think in our household it's common to talk about this, or to it's only now, probably in lockdown, that we've come to take note of all the mental issues, of all the mental breakdowns, how we need to function. But I think this was back in 2010 to 12, and I think that's where it really hit me, and I took all the help that was needed. So I think my family has been my backbone in that sense. So if you are going through something, please go ahead and talk to somebody who will hear you. It's not essentially true that it just has to be family. Seek the help because it's available, and you'll be in much better place. I am still struggling with it. But yeah, I feel a lot more better in, hopefully tackling it and how do I want to go about it. But yeah, for my journey, my blogging really happened because of my best friend, and he's the one who was really my cheerleader all along.
So tell us
Even when
about that. You were just mentioning, you were just telling me that there was a post that you had put out, and there were people that started commenting, and people that started appreciating you, and you were like, you were struck. You were just like, can this really happen? Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Tell us what that post was.
Okay, so this was the first time. I would never put a picture other than that of my eye. If you guys remember from the time of Orkut, if you guys are that old as me, you would know that that was a social media network back then. I would feel very underconfident about putting anything about myself. And this is where, my friend was like, we had nothing to do in common after college. He was struggling to come out of the closet. I was struggling with my body. So I think just two miserable friends were trying to make their way through internet and watching all the YouTube videos and all of these movements take over. We were like, this is what we should be doing. And we would like, a lot of the hair that I have lost is thankfully because of him, because he's made a career out of it, and thankfully so have I. But yeah, we would just watch, bleach our hair, iron, do whatever, and just learn along the way. We had no formal training, and we would put all our experiments out there. So I remember very specifically, that's what I was sharing with Paridhi, one of the images that I had put out there, and he was like, and he had posted it. I didn't know of it.
Yeah.
And then I had 3 specific comments on it, and I was like, did you actually comment? Are you trying to make me feel better? Because that's what best friends do. So and he was like, are you crazy? This is what I'm talking about. People need to see this side of you. People need to see the kind of girl you are. You are so confident even when nobody's watching you. Like you behave like you're on camera the whole time. And I'm like, hello, that's not me. But you have to be your hero of your own life. That is one thing that I've realized and imagined. So I think that's what my best friend saw, and it just started from there. We would write blogs.
So now, there are a lot of people that are looking up to you. You have a sizable amount of people that are following you on Instagram, right? And every post that you put out, there is somebody that feels empowered after watching you. What is it like, Neelakshi, to having struggled with it yourself, but now helping people on the internet?
I consider myself very, very fortunate, because every single time that I read a message like that, a comment like that, it reminds me of my own journey. And it's taken a lot of work. It's still taking a lot of work. Like I'm actually fiddling when I'm talking about it, because it's not easy when people talk about self-love and all of that. It's not about slapping on some great makeup, clothes, and, just being photographed or being on video. It's a lot more to do with the mental health as well, and that's something that I've struggled with for so long. Just finding my tribe, which I didn't offline. I don't think I had that any other friends other than this best friend of mine, which we had to cling on to each other because there was nobody for us. So it was that for us a whole lot of time, and the validation that I found online, the confidence that I probably have today, is because of these people, because they really believed in, oh, this is what she's been doing, and if she can do it, so can I. It definitely feels like, wow, there's this whole new world that's not been explored, and people don't see it in black and white anymore. We have been, it's been a societal construct that what agar thodi si aged hai, if a woman is a little aged, if she's put on a little weight, let her be the mother, let her be the elder sister, let her be the best friend who's funny. And it becomes like a fat person's job to make you laugh, because being fat is funny. So I think one of the things that I really try and project on my Instagram or social media, other platforms, is that I want to show every aspect of me. I don't shy away from wearing a swimsuit or a sari or whatever has to be. Like I will take everything that will come on, on my stride. So I don't want to be like put into a box of being a plus size funny girl who's here to make you laugh, or, she's here to entertain you.
That's fair.
So yeah, I think
very, very fair points, that you're making. So very interestingly, you said that offline you couldn't find that kind of support, but online somewhere, you found your tribe, like you just said. But Nilakshi, help me understand, when we think of social media, a lot of the times we feel that it's a negative space, putting yourself out there in front of so many people can be very intimidating, because what will they say? What if there's some kind of backlash? What if I go viral and not in a good way? Did you struggle with all of that? And do you think that these are just constructs, and in reality, social media can be an ally?
I definitely believe, Paridhi, that it can be an ally because it's been there for me for over a decade now. I'm almost going to be like celebrating a decade on social media. And I think one of the things that we should do is due diligence. How, you treat it as your home. That's not something, you don't let intruders come in as and when they wish, right? So when I do get a follower, when I do get a comment, I make sure I go back and interact with them. I make a conversation happen, get to know them. These are the audience. Who are you making content for? What is that they want? What is it that they have liked you for? How did they reach out to you? So that's something that I consciously make an effort. I make sure that my numbers are very controlled in that sense, because at least I would know who am I speaking to, who am I interacting with. So I think that's one thing that I've done in the way of controlling the kind of crowds that follow me. And yes, I mean, I legitimately have the whole fear of going wrong in viral in the wrong way. Nobody would want that to happen, but we do make mistakes. And I think just putting yourself out there is the biggest challenge. Once you're out there, I think it's a comfort zone that everybody will enjoy stepping out of. I don't think my parents also saw this as a real career, or my friends or my family. But today, I think the kind of opportunities that have come my way has just been because of the people that were enjoying watching me online. So yeah, I think it's been a perfect ally.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Nilakshi. And we've unfortunately run out of time. I would love to keep having this conversation with you because it's just so fascinating and you're so inspiring. But we need to wrap this up. Thank you so much for being with us, and more power to you.
Thank you so much, Pari. Thank you for having me, guys.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.